Hackers aren't just going after bank accounts anymore, they're stealing entire truckloads of freight without ever stepping inside a warehouse. In April 2026, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, issued a PSA warning about a surge in cyber-enabled strategic cargo theft targeting the U.S. transportation and logistics sector. Today we're going to break down how the scheme works, the red flags you need to watch for, and what shippers, brokers, and carriers can do to stop it. Traditional cargo theft is physical. Thieves break into trailers, hijack trucks, or steal containers from yards. Strategic cargo theft is different. Here, cyber threat actors impersonate legitimate businesses online to get you to hand them the freight willingly. And then they quietly redirect it and resell it. According to IC3, these actors are specifically targeting transportation and logistics, shippers, brokers, carriers, and even companies that insure cargo. In just 1 year, estimated cargo theft losses in the US and Canada jumped to nearly $725 million, with more incidents and much higher value per theft as criminals focused on selective, high-value loads. The PSA outlines a multi-step playbook that these cyber threat actors follow. Let's walk through it from the first email to the missing load. Step 1. Compromise. Attackers impersonate brokers via email, sending links for a carrier-broker agreement or to fix poor service ratings. Those links are often shortened or spoofed URLs. When the victim clicks, they're redirected to a phishing website that looks like the real portal. That fake site drops a malicious executable, which then installs legitimate remote monitoring and management software, handing the attackers undetected access to the broker's or carrier's systems. Step 2. Fake loads at scale. Once inside, criminals log into trucking load boards and start posting fraudulent loads while impersonating real brokers using compromised carrier accounts. In some cases, they flood boards with tens of thousands of fake loads, attracting legitimate carriers who bid on them, unknowingly handing over more credentials and access. Step 3. They pivot from fake loads to real ones. Posing as the compromised carrier, threat actors accept actual shipments from brokers, then illegally double-broker the load to partially unwitting drivers. They manipulate bills of lading and change the delivery destination, all while updating the real carrier's contact details and insurance info with regulators to make everything look legitimate. Often the first time the real carrier realizes they're compromised is when a broker calls asking about a missing load they never knew they accepted. Step 4. The grab. Loads are cross-docked or transloaded to complicit drivers, sometimes at warehouses, sometimes truck to truck, even on the side of the road. From there, the cargo is redirected away from its intended destination and stolen for resale. In some cases, attackers even circle back posing as the carrier and demand ransom for information about where the load is. So, how do you spot this before a $100,000 trailer full of goods disappears? The PSA lists several indicators that your brokerage, carrier, or shipping operation may be in the crosshairs. Unexpected contacts about shipments in your name you never authorized. Emails spoofing your domain, but using free providers like dispatch.fbi.trucking and provider.com instead of dispatch fbi@trucking.com. Requests to download forms or agreements from shortened or lookalike URLs. Messages claiming negative service reviews with links to review or resolve complaints. New or unauthorized mailbox rules. Auto-forwarding to external addresses, auto-delete or hidden folders. Domains that are almost right, but not quite. Extra punctuation, different top-level domains, added prefixes or suffixes, or subtle misspellings. Phone numbers that are VoIP, app-based, used for short periods, or tied to overseas calling patterns. Any one of these might have a legitimate explanation, but multiple together should immediately raise alarms. The good news, this is a social engineering plus access problem, which means process and verification can go a long way. First, independently verify shipment requests and pickup instructions using a secondary method before releasing any load. Call a known contact, use a verified phone number, not the one in the new email. Implement multi-channel verification. Confirm changes and high-value loads through more than one path, such as email plus phone, or portal plus in-person confirmation. And treat familiar names or email addresses as hints, not proof. The PSA recommends validating unexpected communications through a two-factor process, essentially out-of-band confirmation. Second, tighten documentation around pickups. Maintain thorough records, including photos of drivers, licenses, vehicles, plates, cab and truck numbers, DOTI and motor carrier numbers, and communication details for everyone involved. That data is gold for investigations and can help law enforcement disrupt ongoing cargo theft networks. Third, treat your load boards and email systems as critical assets. Train staff to spot phishing, lock down remote access tools, use MFA everywhere, and audit mailbox rules and forwarding periodically. And remember, criminals are abusing legitimate remote monitoring and management tools, so you need visibility and policy around who's allowed to use them and from where. If you believe you've been hit by one of these schemes, or even just had a close call, you should report it. The PSA specifically urges victims to file police reports for stolen cargo and submit a complaint to IC3 at ic3.gov, or contact their local FBI field office. These reports feed into the same data that produced this alert, helping law enforcement connect patterns across states, carriers, and threat groups. Strategic cargo theft is what happens when cybercrime meets logistics. Threat actors don't need to break into your yard if they can trick your systems and your people into handing over the freight. If you're in shipping, brokering, or trucking, now is the time to tighten verification, harden your email and load board security, and train your teams on these exact red flags. Check the link to the official IC3 PSA in the description, and let me know in the comments if you want a dedicated video just on defensive playbooks for brokers and carriers.